And just like that, guys, another day and another week is in the books for Palantir and the stock market. And let me tell you guys, it was not the best day at all. Palantir went down over 1%. It actually recovered pretty nicely throughout the day, but the stock market didn't do nearly as well. We had all the indexes down. It was just a bloodbath today, guys. It was not pretty. So we have to break down Palantir, the indexes, maybe some other stocks. But first, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We're almost at 50,000 subs. And get your free stocks from Moomoo. While you're at it, you might as well do it. Open up your account, deposit at least $100. You get 5 stocks. Deposit at least $1,000. You get 10 more stocks. And overall, for now, your uninvested cash will earn up to 8.1% APY. So use that link down below or go to stocks.surfest.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, cheers, guys. Let's get into it. So, like I said, it was not the best day at all today for the stock market. And for Palantir, although Palantir did recover nicely intraday. I mean, look, earlier in the pre-market, we were at $65. Even during the day at about 11, 12 p.m. East Coast time, we hit about $65, and then we rallied nicely about 3-4% into close. We ran all the way to $67. In fact, earlier in the day, or not even earlier in the day, but at about 2 p.m. East Coast time, we hit over $68. So we, at one point, were almost back in the green, but obviously we then sold off a bit into close, and ultimately we went down 1.4%. And the entire week was not good for Palantir, guys. I mean, we didn't have a green day at all this week. And mind you, the stock market was closed on Thursday. But yeah, it wasn't the best day today. I mean, the whole week, it was bad. We started off the week at $80 per share to give you guys some perspective, and we got all the way down to 65. So from top to bottom, we dropped 19%, guys, about $15 per share. We almost got in a bear market this week on Palantir. Pretty crazy if you ask me. So let me pop this 30-minute up. Let's see. I mean, this thing has been downtrending all year ever since what? I think Christmas Eve. Wasn't Christmas Eve the day we hit, all-time highs? We got a little early Christmas present there, but little did we know, guys. Honestly, we probably saw it coming. I mean, let's be honest here, but 2 weeks later, right after Christmas Eve, right, we're down to where we are now, which, I mean, a lot of us probably saw this pull down coming. I mean, especially if you've been in the market for years, like myself. I mean, I've seen this. I've been around the block, man. I've seen this play out with other stocks, right? Not saying Palantir is going to go to $5. It's over. It's going to collapse, disintegrate, nothing like that. But I've seen stocks that get very hot. Nobody thinks they're going to pull back. A lot of the time, it's the beginner investors that think it's never going to pull back, and then it does, big time. And that's kind of what we're getting now. And this is not even a crazy pullback, guys. I mean, what? We're down 25%, if that. Not even. We're down 21% from all-time highs. This is completely normal, especially in a highly volatile stock like Palantir. Guys, it ran up so much. This is normal. A 20% pullback is nothing. So I'm still sticking to my guns here, guys, to what I said yesterday, and I think in the video before. I don't think we go much lower than $60 here in the short term. Granted, if we get an overall market crash, correction on the S&P or something, maybe a bear market, all right, in that case, yes, obviously Palantir is going under 60, but for now, I'm thinking we're going to hold the mid-60s, low mid-60s even, on the lower side. But yeah, for now, we're at 67. We've rebounded back over the mid-60s. And I think next week, we didn't have any green days this week, but I think next week we'll get one. I think we will rebound a little bit. and maybe even start to build up some hype in the back half of this month, heading into earnings, which are coming out on the 3rd of February. Pretty soon, guys. That's in about, 3 weeks? It's going to come pretty fast. So what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. At this point, I'm holding on to my position. Obviously, I'm in at $21. And like I've rambled on this channel before, I've gone on tangents before talking about how when you're up a good chunk in a position, you have the ability to kind of sit on your hands a little bit more. You're not sweating a pullback as much as somebody that's in at a higher average cost. So we know all about that. There's no need to go into that tangent again. But pretty much, guys, I have a big cushion. For me to buy more, I would want to see it under 60. Anywhere near 60 even, I'd consider adding a little more. But I don't know. Ideally under 60, but for now, we're nowhere near that. So I'm just sitting tight, holding on. Let me know what you guys are doing in the comments down below. I'm actually very curious overall where your head's at. And don't forget to sign up to the email list. I'm sending out my top 3 stocks every single week. And the beautiful thing, guys, guess what? It's free. All you have to do is put your first name and your email address into that link down below. It takes 5 seconds, and boom, I send you my top 3 stocks every Monday right to your email, again, for free. Get in there, guys, linked down below. And now let's run through these indexes quickly, which, well, didn't do well today, considering we had a nasty red day. So the S&P, looking at SPY, closed down 1.5%. We're pretty much at the multi-week low here, at about 580, slightly under it. We're at 579 now in the aftermarket. So SPY, based on the chart, you guys see it right here. If we break through 578, 579, this could fill the gap down to 567, 568 fairly quickly, in my opinion. So it's holding on by a thread. Descending triangle is intact on SPY. Same thing here on QQQ. If I pull this up and zoom in a bit, you guys can see it. We have lower highs being made into the support of 507, 508. If that breaks, which we actually broke through it a little bit earlier today, we might fill the gap down to 495-ish, which was the low. It looks like here from the middle of November, right after that pullback we got to start November, and right before the big rally to end off November and get into December. So that's where QQQ could go if we break through, let's say 505. We might be going down a bit more. So keep your eyes on that. And the Russell is not starting off the year too hot. It looks like, a couple weeks ago, or not even weeks, days ago, it looked like the Russell was trying to bounce and hold the uptrend. But now we're starting to break down here, guys. Not looking pretty. We're at a multi-week low on the Russell. We're starting to break trend here. Looking like a bit of an a regular head and shoulders. I'm not loving that on the Russell in the very short term. Although eventually we'll get a rebound, a relief rally at some point. It's coming, guys. But it doesn't look like it wants to happen now based on what we saw today. And same thing here on the Dow. Dow's breaking trend a little bit under the moving averages. We do have some head and shoulders action playing out here on the Dow, so keep that in mind. But yeah, eventually, man, we're going to get a rebound. This week sucked. Last week sucked. To end off 2024, it wasn't too hot either. So markets are getting a little too beaten up in the short term. I think a relief rally's coming. Dow's down about 7% from highs. You can literally count on one hand the amount of green days we've had since the beginning of December on the Dow. Pretty much the same on the Russell. It hasn't done much. In terms of green days, not too many since the beginning of even the middle end of November, guys. The Russell, it's been selling off for almost 2 months now. So I think we're due for some sort of rebound, especially on the Russell and Dow. And we'll see what happens on SPY and QQQ. I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube, guys. Very important. And get your free stocks from Moomoo while the deal lasts. Use that link down below or go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo. Open up your account. Deposit at least $100, you get 5 stocks. Deposit at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks. And overall, for now, your uninvested cash will earn up to 8.1% APY, which, guys, come on, it's a no-brainer. So use that link down below or go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.